Imagine stepping into the shoes of the Postal Dude in a virtual reality setting, where chaos reigns supreme and moral boundaries are pushed to their limits. Postal 2 VR, the upcoming adaptation of the infamous 2003 cult classic game Postal 2, promises to deliver exactly that, and more. As one of the most controversial games of all time, Postal 2 has always been synonymous with dark humor, gratuitous violence, and unapologetic satire. Now, its leap into virtual reality is set to amplify its notoriety, while redefining immersive gameplay. Released in 2003 by Running with Scissors, Postal 2 was an open-world first-person shooter set in the fictional town of Paradise, Arizona. Players took on the role of the Postal Dude, navigating a week in his chaotic life while completing mundane tasks that could escalate into violent confrontations depending on player choices. The game became infamous for its controversial content, including politically incorrect humor, graphic violence, and provocative depictions of societal stereotypes. It was banned in countries like New Zealand for its capacity to allow players to test how much violence and humiliation they can inflict on human beings. Despite, or perhaps because of, its controversies, Postal 2 garnered a cult following. It was both criticized and celebrated for its satirical take on societal issues and its willingness to push boundaries. Now, with Postal 2 VR, Running with Scissors aims to bring that same audacious spirit into the immersive world of virtual reality. Postal 2 VR is not just a simple port, it's a complete overhaul designed to leverage the unique capabilities of modern VR platforms like PS VR2, Steam VR, and MetaQuest. Here are some key features. Enhanced immersion. Players will experience Paradise, Arizona like never before with manual weapon handling, gesture-based NPC interactions, and physics-driven melee combat. Actions such as flicking off NPCs or waving at them now elicit real-time reactions. Overhauled inventory system. The inventory has been redesigned for VR, allowing players to organize their items virtually. This adds a tactile layer to gameplay that wasn't possible in the original version. Sandbox gameplay. The open-world sandbox remains intact, but is now more interactive than ever. Players can engage with bizarre characters and perform outrageous actions like setting buildings on fire or using cats as gun silencers, all in immersive VR. Dynamic AI. NPCs react dynamically to player actions, creating ripple effects across the town. For instance, violent choices may lead to riots or other unpredictable events. VR-specific mechanics. Features such as dual-wielding weapons and physics-driven interactions make combat more visceral and engaging. Postal 2 VR retains the original game's unapologetically controversial content while adapting it for virtual reality. This includes its politically incorrect humor and satirical depictions of societal stereotypes. Critics have long debated whether such games cross ethical lines or serve as biting social commentary. In VR, these debates are likely to intensify as players become even more immersed in the experience. Running with Scissors is no stranger to controversy. The original Postal series faced lawsuits from entities like the United States Postal Service, USPS, and condemnation from political figures such as Senator Joe Lieberman. Lieberman's criticism even inspired a difficulty mode in Postal 2 called Lieber Mode, which mocked his stance on video game violence. With Postal 2 VR, the developers seem poised to provoke similar reactions while embracing their reputation for irreverence. Adapting a game like Postal 2 for virtual reality presents unique challenges. The visceral nature of VR amplifies every action, making violent or controversial content feel more immediate and impactful. Developers must strike a balance between staying true to the original game's essence and ensuring that the experience doesn't alienate players or draw excessive backlash. Flat 2 VR Studios, known for converting classic games like Doom and Quake into VR formats, is leading the development effort. Their expertise ensures that Postal 2 VR will maintain its chaotic charm while leveraging modern technology. However, questions remain about whether expansions from the original game will be included and how far the developers will push boundaries in this new medium. For fans of the Postal franchise, Postal 2 VR represents an exciting opportunity to revisit Paradise in an entirely new way. It's not just about reliving nostalgic moments, it's about experiencing them with heightened immersion and interactivity. Whether you're setting fire to buildings or engaging with NPCs through gestures, every action feels more personal in VR. Yet, for newcomers unfamiliar with Postal, this adaptation might serve as an introduction to one of gaming's most infamous titles, a polarizing work that challenges conventions while reveling in absurdity. Postal 2 VR is one of the most talked about modern gaming releases, not just for its controversial legacy, but for what it means for virtual reality. It's bold, unapologetic, and uniquely suited for players who crave boundary-pushing experiences. As we await its release in fall 2025, one thing is certain: Postal 2 VR will continue the franchise's tradition of stirring debate while delivering unforgettable gameplay. Whether you view it as provocative art or tasteless entertainment, there's no denying its impact on gaming culture, and now on virtual reality itself.